Hey guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat that I just about forgot totally about. I'm telling you, I've been on the road for 2 weeks. We left the ranch 2 weeks ago yesterday, and I'm trying to get back to home right now. Once I get to Sherry's house, I'm 190 miles from Sherry's house right now. I'm over here in Missouri. I have driven from Michigan to Illinois, to Missouri, where I am right now. We get into Oklahoma. 190 miles, I'll be at Sherry's house. I'll spend the night there with my beautiful Chris and my daughter Sherry and her husband Jack, and might get there in time for dinner. Well, yeah, it says right now we're going to get there at 7:45. They probably will have already eaten, but so I probably won't make it to dinner. I'll see if maybe they have some leftovers for old Jimmy. But I've been driving all day. I drove till after midnight last night. I left northern Michigan. I was fishing Shag Lake. Yeah, shagging on the boulevard. The old Alabama song, shagging on the boulevard. Fishing Shag Lake and with Colby Cass. And we filmed that show out there yesterday. His beautiful girlfriend, Laramie, did all the filming, and we'll find out how good a camera person she really is, but she really worked hard at it. I believe she did an excellent job. We caught a lot of fish. Look at my thumb. See that thumb? It's just all messed up. I mean, I'll handle a lot of fish. Some of those fish were pike, and but a lot of them were bass. Now, we didn't catch any big fish. Probably biggest fish, 2.5 pounds. 2.5 pounds. But that is the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. I really expected to catch quite a few 3 and 4 pounders fishing those lakes. We fished another lake the evening before for the last 2 hours before dark, about 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And we caught a few bass, not very many, but a few. Same deal, about 2.5 pounders. And that lake was Johnson Lake. Johnson Lake is what we fished. Small lakes up there around Gwinn, 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 Michigan, which is in the UP, the Upper Peninsula. Cody actually shoots camera for a television show up there, a local television show called Discovering, which is an outdoor show. They cover fishing and hunting. He works for the National Guard. I think he's been employed there for about 18 years. So he's one of our people protecting our country, and that just tickles me to death to get to do something with Cody. But we had a really good time. We caught a lot of fish, caught a lot of bass, caught a lot of pike. We did not catch any big bass, did not catch any big pike, but we had a great time. 2 weeks on the road, and I'm finally going to get back to the ranch tomorrow. We will get up early in the morning and head to the ranch. Patsy's watching things, and my partner's been watching things down there while I'm gone. So hopefully the deer will still remember me when I get back. I believe we're going to get a chance to pick up Benelli this week. When we do that, we'll probably shoot a video on Benelli and maybe find out what commands and everything that we need to learn from Wade Cashin over there, who's been training Benelli for the last 3 months. Texas Duck Dogs. If you are anywhere around the state of Texas or anywhere around the Oklahoma-Texas border in the middle part of the state, just off Interstate 35, Texas Duck Dog, Wade Cashin. Incredible Labrador Retriever. He has several people who works for him. He trains a lot of dogs. He's a preacher by trade, and building him a church down there in that area. Going to start a church right there around where he lives. He's got a beautiful piece of property, absolutely set up perfectly for training Labradors. He's got lots of water. He's got lots of big wide open territory to make them go long retrieves. And he can train your dogs to be, a pet and a great well-mannered pet and a great hunting dog like Benelli was being trained for, or he can train your dog to be a champion field trial, however way you want that trained. And I'm anxious to pick up Benelli, hopefully pick her up maybe Thursday or Friday. We've got our birthday week coming up this next week, and I say a birthday week. Now, I know a lot of you count an entire week for your birthday. Jody, Pat Turner's wife, that Pat runs our production company, she considers it a birthday month. She counts the whole month. And but our birthday week this coming week, because Jamie, my son, has got a birthday on July 25. Chris's birthday is July 27, and my birthday is July 28. So actually, since their birthdays earlier in July, that must mean that both of those folks are older than me. Doesn't work that way, does it? I'm older than both of them for sure. Y'all know that without a doubt. But you know, it's always great to have another birthday. That means that God lets you live here on this earth another year. You know, when we leave this earth, we're going to get to go to heaven, which is the most glorious thing that God's ever created. And God created some pretty glorious places right here on earth, right here in the United States of America. One of those places is Twin Eagle Ranch, where we live. And I know a lot of y'all are watching this Sunday afternoon chat on the Twin Eagle Ranch channel. If you're not subscribed to that channel, if you're watching it on something else, be sure to subscribe to Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch channel. Talking about all our deer and our garden and running around the lakes and the pecans and the pecan harvest. We'll be looking at those pecans perhaps in the next week or two and see how they're growing. They were just little bitty tiny pecans when I left a couple weeks ago, but we had a lot of them. If we don't have something happen between now and October, which is always possible, we should have a pretty good pecan harvest. We'll be offering those pecans for sale. Fresh pecans, not ever frozen. Fresh pecans, the best tasting pecans in the world, without a doubt. We'll be offering those pecans. Start taking orders beginning 1st of October. Start shipping about the last few days in October. Ship November and December, and maybe into a week or two in January. But once we get to the point where we need to get those all the pecans to the processors and get them sold to the processors, we'll quit shipping fresh pecans because we don't believe in shipping frozen pecans. Fresh pecans is all we most pecans all the pecans you buy in stores have been frozen, and that's why one of the reasons why our pecans taste better than anyone else's. And another reason is we raise them with tender, loving care. You know that. So the pecan season just around the corner. We still got a lot of summer in front of us. August, which is really a hot month. We've had a lot of rain here in July. Praise God for that. We've been praying for that rain. We've actually had the same amount of rain through the first 7 months of this year as we had in all of 2022. Also, as we had in all of 2021. So we've not those 2 years combined, but we've had basically about the same amount of rain we had in 12 months. So any rain we get between now and the end of the year will be a bonus, and we really need a lot to get Canyon Lake filled back up. It's still not filled up, so we're really looking forward to getting that lake filled up, and maybe that'll happen. August is not a heavy rain month. July's been good. We don't have any more rain forecast the rest of the month, but we don't have much of July left. So that's good. Also on this trip, and I had up on some of our social media channels, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. If you're not subscribed to Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to that. We broke that channel off. So if you want to watch the fishing stuff on our YouTube channel, you need to be on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. We started that channel back early this year, and it's only got about 8,000 people on it right now, which has allowed me pretty much to answer or respond to just about every single comment on there. We've been really, really busy this week. It doesn't get dark till 10 o'clock up there in the north, so we've been getting in bed at midnight. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, or not 4 o'clock this morning, 4 o'clock yesterday morning to go fishing, and slept in a little bit till about 8 o'clock this morning because I didn't get there to a hotel till after midnight. I have driven right at 900 miles right now since I left there yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So in a 24-hour period, I've done a little bit of sleep. I got to drive through Chicago. Oh my goodness. I'm praying for you folks that live in Chicago every single day. I was worried about all the shootings and killing, never heard a gunshot fired. I do have my trusty 45 right here beside me, and so I wasn't really too worried unless I've got somebody that's a better shot than me, and I'm a pretty decent shot. Not dead eye, but I'm a pretty decent shot. I wouldn't want to be shot at by me. I'll just put it that way. So we made it through there. It's really difficult coming out by O'Hare Airport and that area there as we come down from up north. It was really difficult to find a place to buy gas. I got down to 7 miles left in my fuel tank, which is pulling this boat. I only get about 12.5 miles a gallon, so that's like about a half a gallon's all I had left. And I finally found a place to buy gas, and it was $3.99 a gallon. $3.99, but I was lucky. I'd have paid $10 a gallon for it right there, and so I put some gas in it there and then made it on down. We've had a great trip. I got to go muskie fishing the early part of last week, Monday and Tuesday. We did an appearance for Shell and L&M Fleet Supply. big crowds there. They had a huge grand opening Thursday and Friday. I met some guys from DeWalt Tools there, Andy and Max from Milwaukee Tools. They were just so nice to me. They're just very nice guys, and they were the account managers and senior account managers for probably Shell Mid-States. And Shell, I was representing Shell Rotella, the best diesel oil, obviously, that you can buy, heavy-duty diesel oil, and it's in tractors, 18-wheelers. About 70% of all the diesel oil sold in the United States is Shell Rotella. So, and we depend on Shell Rotella on our ranch, just like most all the ranches around the nations do. And just tickled to death to work there those 2 days. We met so many nice people, and people bringing me. I got a goodie bag sitting here beside me that you wouldn't believe. You would not believe. I'm telling you, it's just plumb full of stuff. Little Debbie's, lots of Little Debbie's, caramel candy, cheese crackers, peanut butter crackers, cookies, a big bag of cookies, Slim Jims, beef jerky, and a 6-pack of Coke Zero. So, one of my friends up there had been talking to Sherry and finding all the good things I like. And so I've been snacking the whole time. I've been snacking this entire distance. So anyway, it's just really fantastic. So anyway, I had a good trip. We just make these last couple 100 miles and then 200 more miles on home tomorrow. Be able to take my beautiful Chris back to the ranch. I've talked to her every day, at least once or twice, and she's had a great 2 weeks down there with Sherry. I did come back from the ICAST show last week, the tackle show down in Orlando. I got back in there Friday evening, flew back to Rogers, Arkansas with my buddy Toby Keith, and got on home and slept with her that night, and then left early the next morning heading north. So I've seen her one day in the last 2 weeks, and I'm anxious to take Chris back to the ranch and get her out there in the yard. And we're forecast 7 or 8 or 9 days in a row, over 100 degrees. My air conditioning people, who's one of the more better known air conditioning deals down there in the Sulphur, Davis, Ada, Ardmore area. I called them right before I left because they were supposed to have my air conditioning parts in within a week. They promised me, and I called them after it had been 8 days about them coming out and repairing that day. And they not only did they not come out and repair it that I know of, they didn't even return my call. And I talked to somebody there, and they said they would have them call me back and tell me when we was going to be there. So we've got 100 degrees and no air conditioning in our house, and this is will make, I think, a solid month here during that our air conditioner's been broke. So we're not really happy with our air conditioning people there. And I think I will probably call somebody else tomorrow and have them come out and look at it and see if maybe they can fix it without, it was going to cost $7,000 to fix it, fix the inside unit. So it's pretty expensive anyway. I'm sure there might be an air conditioning guy down there who'd like to have that job. So I want to find out who my partner uses. He uses different air conditioning people, and maybe they'll come out and look at it and get that thing fixed this week. So Chris does not have to suffer in 103 and 104 degree temperatures every day in our house. One half of our house, the air conditioner does work, so we'll probably spend a little bit more time in that house. Our bedroom is in the side of the house that's not heated, so it'd be really nice if we had a little cool fronter come through, but that's not forecast. But hopefully we can get that air conditioner fixed within the next week or two. But in the meantime, my Chris, who's hot already, is going to be even hotter. Oh my, don't you tell her I said that. Don't tell her I said that. But what a great trip we've had the last 2 weeks. A great SEMA show, our ICAST show out in Orlando. I didn't really put up much of anything, the videos that we shot at the ICAST show, because it seemed to me like that every fisherman in the world's had videos up about ICAST and showing everybody all the new baits and stuff. But I did spend the majority of my time there running around with Toby and trying to introduce him to the fishing tackle industry. And we're just making baits as fast as we can over in Greenwood, Arkansas, and shipping them out the door just as fast as we can make them and get them packaged up. Y'all have just been so fantastic in buying Lucky Strike baits out there. We can't keep up. Red Men spinner baits, we're shipping them out as fast as we can make them. We still have some. We do have some in inventory there at Jimmy Houston Outdoors, so you can get them at jimmyhouston.com. You can also get them at luckystrike.com. But So that it's been a real good 2 weeks. So I'm anxious to get back home. We'll be home all week, except for I'll probably go back to Sherry's next weekend for our birthday weekend. Jamie and Chris and I will be celebrating our birthdays. I will be having more cakes on my candle more candles on my cake than anybody. Even me, probably not windy enough to blow out that many candles. So we're really looking forward to that. My next appearance, I believe, is August 3rd at First Baptist Church in Conroe. If you don't have tickets for that event, I believe it is their 20th annual men's sportsman's banquet, or our sportsman's banquet. I believe I've been there once before, and on that one,